He won the main event on Friday against Chris Weidman in Boston. He is, in my opinion, the number one contender right now at 205. He could very well be next for Johnny Bones Jones. He's Dominick Reyes, kind enough to join us. Dominick, congratulations, my man. How are you?
Great, Ariel. How you doing, man?
I'm doing really well. So what are you laughing about? What's so funny over there? My little rant?
Man, that was great.
I get so annoyed with these people. Always right. Blah, blah, blah. Look, Dominick Reyes just won the main event. You're on the show. What more do you want? Who else do you want? You're driving me nuts. Anyway, great performance. Yeah, you can't please everyone. Can't please everyone. What'd you think? First main event, big time stuff against a former champion. What was it like going into the fight? Like you seem very calm. Like you're a very happy-go-lucky guy. You're always smiling. Were you a little more nervous for this one?
No, actually, I was the most calm I've ever felt ever for a fight. Uh, I was in my zone early in the day, and man, when I'm in my zone, nothing could touch me.
Now, why do you think that was? Were you just like overly prepared? Did you feel like this was a really great matchup for you? Sometimes when the stakes get raised, you get a little more nervous.
Yeah, I was very prepared. I knew I had answers for everything he was going to try to do, and I had my family and my close friends there, and I I just I let it all go. I said, whatever God has in plan for me, that's going to be the plan. So just go out there and fight like I know I could fight. Put on the performance I know I could put on, and all my dreams will come true.
Did you think it would end that quickly?
I knew it could end that quickly, but I wasn't expecting it to end that quickly.
The step back left, like you're going backwards and you hit him with the left that ended up dropping him, and then the hammer fist. Is that something that you work on? Very impressive. The parry, the left, everything was just so impressive. That led to the dropping of Chris and then the hammer fist. But is that something in particular that you worked on?
Um, it wasn't a particular thing I was working on for Chris. I mean, I'm always working on my boxing. Um, I knew if my hands were sharper than his, I would finish him, and I know they already are naturally. But well, I guess you could say I knew it was going to happen because he lunges in. We were looking at film, and he lunges in pretty often with that too. And I have a really good pull to and fade to, and he fell right into it, and right on the money, baby.
Do you subscribe to the theory that like his chin has gone away, that he's more susceptible to getting dropped? You feel like this is now a problem that he should, the talk afterwards is that he should get a little more serious about retiring and start thinking about it. How do you feel about this talk?
I don't know if his chin's going or not because I hit him with a laser shot, man. I hit him really hard.
Yeah.
It was right on the button. So I mean, it's hard to say whether his chin's going or not. But personally, I plan on retiring around 35, 36 years old. I feel that's when your body starts to like betray you, and you're not as athletic as you used to be. You can still see things the way you saw them once, but you can't move the same way. And I just think it's a matter of age at this point for him.
So you got like 6-7 years left. Still a lot of time, a lot of work to be done. You've only been in the UFC for a little over 2 years. When you debuted in June of 2017, if I would have told you, all right, 2 years later, you're in talks to maybe fight Jon, you're in that orbit, you're undefeated. So like, would you have believed me, or is this happening sooner than you expected?
Uh, I don't know. I would have said, who did I fight and how did I win the fight? I think that's what it comes down to, and I've done what I need to do at this point to get that fight. But I don't know. My whole career has been a really fast rise. The reason I didn't have a main event up to this point is because I'm moving on to the next level before organizations could lock me down and get me in the main event. I'm finishing guys early, and the higher ups are noticing. That's why I got in the UFC when I did. So I know I'm just a fast riser, man. I'm a quick learner, and I'm a dangerous guy that's getting better every day.
Now, what happened? I was talking about you being calm. You talked about you being calm. I got this tweet from someone who said that you were leading a duck tour before the fight. You were driving the boat. What is this all about? Is this from this
Well,
particular fight week? Here we are. I think that's the guy who
yeah,
tweeted me, the guy with the beard. And you're in the driver's seat. What is this?
Yeah, man, I was driving around the duck tour. That was actually post fight.
Oh, really?
Because it's the official championship parade of like the Patriots and like championship teams in Boston. So that was my championship parade. I actually signed my name on the boat right next to Tom Brady, which was really cool.
Wow.
Drove the boat. It's a amphibious vehicle, so it could drive on land and then it also goes in the water. It's really cool. World War II vessel. Yeah, and I drove it around the Charles for about 30 minutes.
Did you just ask the guy, could you drive it?
No, he asked me if I wanted to drive, and then he was surprised that I was as good as I was at driving it. He said usually people zigzag because like the response on the steering wheel is delayed. So like you move it and then like maybe 15 seconds later it would start moving. So people would overcorrect a lot. He's like, dude, you're really good. Like, how do you know how to drive this? I'm like, I'm just dialed in, baby.
Have you ever driven something like that before?
No, I've driven boats and stuff like that, but never a crazy vessel like that.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a good way to celebrate. So you said afterwards, like, all right, I don't want any party favors, Jon. I just want to fight. What did you mean, by the way, by party favors?
Party favors, man. Jon has a bad habit of letting his habits get the best of him, and I don't want any part of that, man. I just want the belt. Let's party, do it in the octagon, but just bring the belt. Don't bring anything else. Don't bring any of your special stuff or your special sauce, as they would say. Just bring your belt, man. That's all I want.
He tweeted afterwards, many have talk expletive, all have fallen, you will do the same. So it seems like he heard your message, but never really, to the best of my knowledge, actually addressed you. Was that accurate? Did I miss something? I didn't see him actually address you or the fight in particular.
After that tweet, somebody who said something, and he said, "Well, that was intended for my boy Dominick Reyes."
Yeah.
And that's when I responded, let's run it, bro. Let's run it and see who falls. You want to talk all that? You want the smoke, bro? Let's run it.
But now
But
he's
I
talking
don't think
about heavyweight, maybe waiting for DC and Stipe.
I don't know, man. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's trying to get a big fight. I mean, he clearly doesn't want to fight me. He's getting his management to make excuses for him, asking his management to make it go away. Like, hey, man, tell him why I can't fight him. How about you tell me why, bro? How about you step up? What's up?
What do you mean by that? His management? They've reached out to you guys?
No, they tweeted like,
Oh.
"Oh, Dominick Reyes needs one more fight."
Uh,
Like, why do I care about what you think, dude? Like, the hell?
who's this? Abraham Kawa?
Yeah, one of those guys.
Yeah. Like, who are you to talk about my career, right? That's what you're thinking?
Yeah. Oh, like, okay. So that's a clear indication that Jon doesn't want to fight me, and he doesn't want to openly say he doesn't want to fight me. So he's going to ask his management to, basically save him in this situation.
You feel like you're ready for Jon now?
I do. I've worked my whole life to fight Jon in my fighting career.
Hmm.
In the beginning, like I started training to fight Jon. I'm getting better and better and better, and I'm ready. I'm ready to step in there with this man.
So it
He's
seems
just a
like
man. Just a man. He's just a regular man. Like he wasn't even athletic enough to play on his high school football team. Like, come on,
you're not impressed.
not.
What do you think of his last performance against Thiago?
I thought he did enough to win. I thought Thiago won, but I felt like he did enough to win. He's Jon Jones. He won the fight. Good for him. But it just set it up for me to reach my destiny. I feel my destiny is to fight this man and to take him out.
Do you subscribe to the theory that he has trouble with guys who have a long reach? You know, guys like Gustafsson, Thiago Santos, little long OSP, yourself. Like, do you feel like that's a thing?
I do. I do feel he has trouble with guys with more reach. Just like you said, he had trouble with OSP, and I destroyed that guy. He had trouble with Gus. He came back better the second time, but he still had some trouble with his length, man. I'm like these guys rolled into one, dude. Like,
Hmm.
I can wrestle. I'm long. I'm athletic. I'm fast. I have heart. Like, he's never fought a tall Mexican, dude. I'm a tall Mexican. He's never fought a Mexican. Let's get it.
So there's a fight coming up in a couple of weeks. Johnny Walker and Corey Anderson. Walker has some buzz. What do you say to the people who say if Walker wins, he should get the title shot, or if Anderson wins, he should get the title shot? Or on top of that, the winner of that fight should fight you for the number one contender spot. What do you say to those people?
Say stop reaching. I'm 12-0. I'm undefeated. What more of a storyline do you need? I'm 6-0 in the UFC. This isn't a game. This isn't, oh, well, let's see if he loses. Like, nah, it's my turn. I'm up. Let's go.
Do you think the UFC is on board with this?
I don't know. I don't know if they're on board, but they're about to be on board.
How so?
I need to have a talk with you.
Okay. What did they say to you after the fight? Did you get any feedback from the brass?
I had a little bit of feedback. They told me great job, great fight. I just, part of me feels like Weidman's their boy. They wanted him to win so they could try to sell Weidman versus Jones. If Weidman would have beat me, oh my God, Weidman's the man. It's time for him to take out Jones. All this whole narrative they're trying to create with that. Like, how
Yeah.
about an undefeated prospect who hasn't lost in the UFC or outside the UFC ever, who doesn't know what losing is, who refuses to lose, comes up and fights this man.
So I got a
All the
little.
other contenders have lost.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, all the other contenders have lost. And Anderson lost to a guy that I knocked out. Like, and he's over here talking all this like he should be ahead of me. Like, dude, you got knocked out by this guy, and I trashed that guy.
Hmm. I got a little heat for this last week when I said that if Weidman won, he'd be in the driver's seat. I wasn't necessarily saying that this is what should happen. I knew behind the scenes that they were saying Weidman wins. They were going to try to turn around and do him versus Jones beginning of the year because of everything that you said. So I wasn't trying to take anything away from you. I say right now, and I said it in the post fight, you should be the number one contender in my opinion. Your streak is
I know the
impressive
game,
enough.
man. I know the game. They wanted to sell tickets. They wanted Weidman to be, the hero, taking out the legend killer. That's what they wanted, but it didn't happen that way, and they were shocked. I didn't really get a lot of feedback after the fight because I took out their boy. Like, Weidman was their boy. Like, they love Chris Weidman. Who doesn't like Chris Weidman? But it's my time, and they should have projected that. They should have seen my career path and what's going on and what I'm doing to people. Like, they didn't wake up and look at what's going on. I'm next, man, and I don't care what Jones's management has to say. And get out of here with that, dude. Jones, bro, you gonna fight me? What do you want to do? You gonna go up to heavyweight? And if you're gonna go up to heavyweight, like, there's always an interim fight. Then people could see, me fight the winner of so and so and so and so, like, whatever. But I'm coming for gold, man. That's all I want.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like you're like almost a little annoyed.
I am. Because
Why?
I get no respect. Like, I have a tough fight with Woken, and all of a sudden I'm not one of the best light heavyweights in the world. I'm number 4 in the world. I just knocked out Chris Weidman in 1 minute and 43 seconds. If you had a pager, 143, what does that mean?
Love.
It means I love.
Yes. I remember that. What does that have to do with anything, though?
Game,
oh,
man.
okay.
I love this game.
All right.
That's all I'm saying, man. I love this game, and it's my whole life. I have no kids. I have no wife. This is everything. I'm married to the game. I'm literally married to the game, and it's my turn. My turn. I got too much fire in my heart. I got too many skills. It's time to test the champ.
I love it. I love it. I think you should get that opportunity. Do you feel like in your heart, do you feel like at the end of the day, Jon will take the fight?
I think he will. Jon's a competitor. He wants to be the best in the world, and he is right now, for now. But I'm challenging you right now, Jon. You're not the best in the world. I'm the best in the world. Let's do this shit.
You think you're better than Jon Jones right now?
Yeah. I wouldn't be on here talking about Jon Jones if I didn't think I was better than Jon Jones and I could beat Jon Jones.
Mm-hmm. And so at this point, if they come to you with something else, what will you say? Oh, we want you to fight this guy, or there's Jan Blachowicz who's fighting Jacare. Oh, who knows? Like, is it John or bust at this point? Are you going to stick to your guns on this one?
Yes, I'm sticking to my guns on this one. I'm tired of laying out these random bodies.
Mm.
I want the champ's head on my mantle.
Oh my. So what is the message to him? Because he's going to dismiss this. Because a lot of people have been calling him out.
Step up, step down. As the great Tony Ferguson once said, defend or vacate.
All right. We will leave it at that, I guess. I don't think there's anything else to say, right?
Nothing else to say.
I like this,
man.
Dominick Reyes.
I've proved it with my hands. I've proved it with my skills. What else can I say? I'm the best. Let's run it. Let's prove who's the best. I've never lost. I've never lost. I don't care what anybody said. I've never lost. I'm undefeated. Let's go.
I'll give some stats about what you've done as of late. Like I said, 12-0 as a pro, 6-0 in the UFC. All 9 of your stoppage wins have come in the first round, 7 by KO or TKO, excuse me. Longest active win streak in the UFC light heavyweight division. Your plus 2.79 significant strike differential is the highest among active light heavyweights. One of 2 fighters to start their UFC career at light heavyweight, 6-0. Lyoto Machida started at 8-0. And like I said, or like you just said, you came into that fight ranked number 4. We'll see where you end up. And you are, one of the few undefeated prospects left, or I don't even think you're a prospect anymore, contender, I should say, fighting at light heavyweight. So there you go. There's the longest UFC win streaks in modern light heavyweight history. Dominick Reyes. I got to say, I like this fired up Dominick Reyes. I like this guy. This is nice. Bit of a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, man. The fire's burning brighter than ever. Ever. Oh, man.
And I heard they want Jon to come back early, like they were talking maybe January, February. Would this be okay with you? Would you be comfortable coming back that soon?
Perfect, man. Look, I just fought.
You're ready.
What's up?
Okay. Could I just ask, because you're tickling my fancy here, how would you beat Jon Jones? What's the path? Do you see it?
Oh, I see the path. I'm gonna knock him out.
Oh my. He's never been stopped before. He's never really been beaten.
Neither have I.
That's a good point. So you say right here and now, October 21st, 2019, you will knock out Jon Jones if you fight him.
Absolutely. I will knock out Jon Jones. When we fight, when he stops hiding behind his management, I will knock him out.
All right. We shall see. Thank you, Dominick. I appreciate this very much, and I hope for your sake that you get the fight.
As do I.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.